Hi, Chef Scottie J, Blessing Highly Flavored Cuisine, and welcome to this episode of Chew and Chat with Chef Scottie J. Today we're going to do a little Southern comfort meal. We're gonna do some mac and cheese. We're gonna do some Caribbean jerk chicken wings, and kind of put a little twist to it. So just want to welcome everybody to this episode again. A Southern meal, doing mac and cheese and Caribbean jerk chicken wings, which everybody loves a good Southern mac and cheese. So got all my ingredients laid out, of course. What we call in the culinary world is mise en place. Mise en place means everything in its place. So I got everything out ready to go for my mac and cheese. Got my pot over here, water boiling for my pasta. So first we're gonna start making a roux. That's the base for my mac and cheese, which is butter, 1 stick of butter. Got about 4 tablespoons of flour. I got some salt, got some white pepper. I got little Cajun seasoning, smoked paprika, garlic powder, and onion powder, and a little heavy cream. So again, we'll start off with the basis of our mac and cheese, which is a roux. Which is butter. Turn it down some. So basically just melt our butter. Get the butter melted. Sometimes you got different types of roux. You got the your blonde roux, you got your brown roux, and you got a dark. So we're gonna go for a blonde roux consistency for the mac and cheese. So we let that melt. Again, like I said, I got my pot over here, water going, heavily salted water. That I'm gonna put my pasta in for the mac and cheese. Got my wings over here that have been marinating. We're gonna throw those in the oven and cook as well. So again, just welcome to this episode. Good Southern cooking food is enjoyable. Everybody likes to eat. Everybody likes a good dish of mac and cheese. So this is my basic recipe for mac and cheese. Want to make it work. Got about 3 or 4 different cheeses in it. It's got Gouda cheese, white cheddar cheese. It has cheddar cheese, sharp cheddar cheese in it, and a little Parmesan. Then some seasoning, of course. So, but yeah, all about mac and cheese. All about you can do any way you want. Mac and cheese. Different people got different ways of cooking it. You got old recipes. People they bake it, or sometimes they just mix it up and eat it. Just like a regular mac and cheese, or put it in the oven and finish cooking and topping it. So today we're gonna do my version of mac and cheese. Right now I'm just making a roux, of course. And what you want to do is just whisk, continue to whisk. Just basically trying to get the flour cooked out. The flour taste cooked out. Doesn't take too long. Doing your roux, like I said, we're going for a blonde roux consistency. This part right here, you have to make sure that you constantly stirring it so you won't burn it. Of course, the butter, the flour. Also, a good thing to do is your heavy cream. This is heavy cream and half, about 3 cups. Recipe is on my website, sjcuisine.com. My mac and cheese. But anyway. You want to make sure this is warm, room temperature, but you want not cold right out of the refrigerator. You want it kind of room temperature or warm. So we continue to stir this, like I say. Stir it about 3-4 minutes. Let's get that flour consistency and taste out of it. Stir it up. Yeah, I wanted to do this chew and chat with Chef Scottie just to show people how basic it is to cook a meal in the home and make it taste great. So like I said, we got the roux going, and you can kind of smell the butter and smell the flour that's cooking. So like I said, about 3 or 4 minutes stirring and cooking it. Get that flour taste out of your roux. And this roux people do different type of roux. My wife, she makes a gumbo, and she does a roux, but she uses oil and flour for her roux. And it's more of a dark chocolate type of roux to give it that nutty taste. And so right now we're kind of getting to the consistency we want. This is butter and flour. This is the base I want for my mac and cheese. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this, take my milk, kind of slowly pour it in. Just slowly pour it in, continue to whisk as you go in. And we're gonna bring this to a boil. All right, we're gonna bring it to a boil. Like I said, this is about 3 cups. All right, we're gonna bring that to a boil. And until it becomes thick. Once it comes to boil and starts to thicken, all right, then we'll turn it down and add our cheese to it. Yeah, grew up different people. Growing up in the South, like some from North Carolina, Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Living here now in Georgia. Warner Robins, actually Kathleen, Georgia. Here in Middle Georgia, Houston County. Grew up on mac and cheese as kids, and that's sometimes a kid's favorite meal is mac and cheese, cup of mac and cheese. My son, he loves mac and cheese. I don't know who doesn't like cheese, but mac and cheese, of course. But it's a great dish. Like I said, we keep turning this. Let this come thick. All right, once it boils and come thick, then we'll cut it down and put our cheese in it. So in the meantime, I'm gonna get my cheese out of the refrigerator. Okay, like I said, I got different cheeses in here. What I try to do is I try to take cheese that I have left over in the refrigerator, use those cheeses and to make my my sauce, my cheese sauce. And basically it's a bechamel sauce. Bechamel sauce, and we add cheese to it to make it a cheese sauce for mac and cheese. You got 5 different mother sauces in the culinary world. Bechamel, Espel, you got tomato, you got a hollandaise, and you got a velouté sauce. So right now we're doing basically a bechamel sauce. But we're gonna add cheese in it, so it'll be our cheese sauce, which is our basis for our mac and cheese. But very important that you continue to watch it. Like I said, once it thickens, we put our cheese in. I got my seasoning wet here as well to go inside of it, and put that cheese in there, let it melt. Once it melts, then you want to kind of cut it down, and then, like I say, my noodles, my pan over here is getting hot, start to boil, so I add my noodles to it. I want to bring this to a boil. Let it boil for about 8 minutes. About 7 to 8 minutes, let that boil. Heavily salted. Some people, when they boil the pasta, is a kind of a, do you put olive oil in or not? I mean, it's your choice, is what you want to do. I don't put olive oil in mine when it's cooking, but you can. I guess some people say it keeps from sticking. All right. So this is kind of getting thick like I want it right now. So we're gonna let it go for a couple more minutes. Like I said, I put a little salt in here. A little salt, got a little white pepper. You can use white or you can use black pepper. It's up to you, whatever you prefer. White pepper has a little stronger, a little different taste to it than black pepper. Got a little Cajun season I put in there. This is Cajun season. We're doing a Cajun Southern cuisine here on Chewing Chat with Chef Scottie. Little smoked paprika, give it a little smoky taste. Put that in there. A little garlic. And like I say, you adjust it, adjust your seasoning to your taste, however you want it. Put that in some of that onion powder. Just onion powder. Put that in there. And you may have to add a little more salt if you need to. Like so, you adjust it to your palate, how you want it to taste. But you want to have that flavor, that seasoning in there. So it's a consistent I want it. So right now, just put a little cheese in there, and we'll put cheese, and we save something to put on the top of the mac and cheese. So when you cook it, it kind of bakes. So make sure pasta, when you're doing your pasta, make sure you constantly stirring it, every now and then stir it. Like I say, about 7 to 8 minutes, because it's going to continue to cook in the oven. So you want it to get a good al dente consistency, and then it's not too overcooked, because once you take it out and put it in the oven, it's going to continue to cook as well. So this right here, coming together. I like little different cheeses, like I say. I like that smokiness from the Gouda cheese, get a little smoky taste. little cheddar to give that sharp taste on the cheese. And sometimes you go as far as putting like a whiskey cheddar or whatever flavor you want in there. Which this right here, I think it has some whiskey cheddar cheese in it as well. So, it's whatever taste that you want your mac and cheese to have. So keep stirring that. Like I said, we cut it down a little bit, let that continue to melt. And our noodles are going over here. Pasta. I use elbow. I use pasta shells. I don't use the elbow noodles. I use the pasta shells because I like for the cheeses. The cheese get inside the shells versus elbow shells. You really can't get in there. So we keep stirring that. Like I say, I use the pasta shells. That cheese get up in the little crevices and the holes of the shells, and getting up the cheese. Mac and cheese, what it is cheese, mac and cheese. So you want to taste that cheese. And it fixes this dish a lot. My dad, of course, he doesn't like cheese. As long as I was born, I know as a kid coming up and getting older, I realized that he doesn't eat cheese. So of course, he misses out on the good stuff, the mac and cheese. So we let that cook, and what I do, I like to taste. I taste, make sure it's how I want it. That's pretty good. Like so, get just your seasoning throughout the way you want it, just the way you want it. Salt, you want to try to, cut back on your salt. You don't want stuff too salty because you got them in the rule. You can always add to, but you can't take away. So this is a good cheese sauce. This is, like I said, start off as a bechamel, but now it's a cheese sauce. We're just gonna go to with our mac and cheese. Noodles are coming along. Like I said, get that a good about 7 minutes to cook. Come done, and once that's done, what we're gonna do, we're gonna drain the noodles. We're gonna add it to our cheese sauce, and then at that point, you can serve it there as well in a bowl, in a dish. Serve it like that, but we'll take it even further. We'll put it in a dish, top it with cheese and bacon until it turns a brown. And I like to get a little crust around the edges of my mac and cheese. I like it to get like that. So we turn it down a little bit so it'll stop cooking. Like I said, I don't think I need more cheese. I think sauce seasoning in it is good to go. And then wings, mac and cheese. Okay, everybody like, what can I eat with mac and cheese? Everything goes well with mac and cheese. It's a good old southern dish, and everything goes well with it. So for this episode, for today, we're gonna do we got some wings. It's some Caribbean jerk wings. Okay, and the seasoning on it, herbs and stuff like that. And we're going to roast our chicken in the oven. So the chicken's been marinated. It's been marinated in Jamaican jerk, Caribbean jerk marinade, salt, pepper, a little onion powder, garlic powder, which is in the marinade, but I pull an extra one because this is blessed in highly flavored cuisine, so we want that flavor into our chicken. I say here, my business, I'm a private chef here in Warner Robins, Georgia, and this is what I do. What I'm doing now, I bring it to people's homes. I do fine dining in your home, gourmet meals in your home. sjcuisine.com, that's my website. Go on there, book me, call me, email me, book me for an event. I come to your home, I do a dinner for anniversary dinner, a couple of dinners, whatever it is that you have. I come to your home and I cook your meal for you. And it's basically, it's a restaurant in your own home. And then we clean up the kitchen for you. All right. So our noodles are about there. Like I said, we're going to drain those. And get ready for our next step. So right now we're going to pause a little bit, and we'll be back. All right, we're back. So I got my pasta drained, and so right now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and put it in the cheese sauce. and that way put in the cheese sauce, and we get it in the oven so it'll start baking. So make sure you drain it pretty good. There goes my cheese sauce, and just kind of implement that cheese into it, that sauce into the pasta. Just kind of stir it around a little bit. Like I say, mac and cheese is ultimate good southern dish that we all enjoy. Mac and cheese. But like I say, any type of protein you want with it, you can put with it. Mac and cheese with meatloaf, with barbecue chicken, fried chicken, or some type of fish, some type of beef. But today we're doing a Caribbean jerk wings, and we put that all together towards the end. So right now I got a good consistency, so I'm gonna go ahead and put all this pasta in there. I use probably about 5 cups of pasta. Like I say, my rule is 1 stick of butter and 4 tablespoons of flour. So I got this in here, and once you put the noodles, your pasta in there, again, you want to readjust. You might have to readjust your seasoning, add a little more salt, a little pepper, whatever, like I say, to fit your taste. So we implement in there, get that together. And so at this point, you can stop. You can stop right here. You can serve it right here if you like. And eat it just like this. But we're going to put it in the oven. We're going to continue to cook it, let it cook until it browns, get that little crust on the edges of it. So again, I take it because the noodles, once you put your pasta in there, it might take away from some of your seasoning because of the shells. So, of course, we do a taste test. That's perfect. That's good. That's good. Like I say, add a little more to it if you need to. A little more garlic, whatever you want to put in there. But I take it a little further. I add another key ingredient to mine. And I add a little sour cream into it. Sour cream into it gives a little more different taste. Just a little different taste, a little creamier taste to it, a little tang to it, just a little bit. Add it to that. Again, continue to stir that in there, get it all blended in. And you can use creme fraiche, sour cream, whichever one you like. Like I say, it gives it a totally different taste. Once you implement it into that cheese sauce and that pasta. So we get that put in there. We'll cut this off. So again, like I say, at this point, it's done. Your mac and cheese is done if you want to stop right here, but we're gonna bake it. We're gonna bake it even further. So all right, I got my pan right here. Move this out of the way. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this and we're going to put in our baking dish. Put in our baking dish. Yep, the cheesy. This is right here. The cheese, I like a good cheesy mac and cheese. The cheesier the better. Get all the cheese out of the crevices, whatever. Get it in there. My daughter and my kids, they love mac and cheese. Like I said, we are from the South. My wife being from Baton Rouge, she's a mac and cheese person. Me being from North Carolina, mac and cheese person. So can't go wrong with mac and cheese family. Yeah. So we get that all in the pan. As you see, it's nice and creamy. Nice and creamy, got a lot of cheeses in it. All right. So we'll take it even further. Take the cheese that's left, kind of crumble it on top of it. Crumble the cheese on top of it, so you get that more cheese and that little crust, kind of a crust on top. And we're gonna put this in the oven and let it cook. Got my oven at 400. I want this cheese to melt. got it in there. Put it in the oven. And what I do as well, I like to top mine with a little more of that smoked paprika. Just give a little color. You get a little more smokiness taste to it. Yeah, put a little paprika on it. Put a little more seasoning on top of it. All right, it's done. And this goes in the oven. Like I said, I got it on 400 going in until it browns and crust. Varies with time, depending on your oven, how your oven temperature is adjusted. But I usually check it about 15-20 minutes and see that the cheese is melting and is crusting on top. So we put that in the oven. All right, we let that cook. All right, so we got our mac and cheese. We got that done. Like I said, the basis of the mac and cheese, we start off with a roux. Added some heavy cream, half and half. Half and half is basically half milk, half cream. So if you don't have half and half, you don't go out and buy it. If you got milk and cream, you know, that's your half and half. So if you just got regular milk, just use regular milk. Okay, it still do the same thing. So but we did our roux, put our cream in there, made a bechamel sauce, and put our cheese in there. The cheese melt, put seasoning there, and that made our cheese sauce. And that's the basis for a mac and cheese. Which good mac and cheese, southern mac and cheese, it starts with that roux, with that butter, with that flour, and that cream, and that good cheeses. Whatever cheese that you prefer. Some people who don't like yellow cheese, don't like white cheese, or whatever you want to use. I just basically use whatever I had in the refrigerator. I put it all together and give those different cheese flavors to give it. Even matter of fact, I had a whiskey cheddar that I put in there as well. So, but just whatever works for you, whatever works for your palate, whichever you prefer. Use the cheese that you like. But make it yours, mac and cheese. So we're done with that. So I like to clean up. I'm gonna get rid of this right here and put it up. All right, so next thing, like I said, we're doing mac and cheese today. What's gonna go with it is gonna be Caribbean jerk wings. And, so my wings, like I said, I just got this regular chicken wings. And what I did is I marinated in a Caribbean jerk marinade about 30 minutes. So you can do it overnight if you want to. Marinating that, and then add additional salt, pepper, little onion powder, garlic powder, a little paprika, a little Cajun seasoning, just to, like I say, this is Cajun Southern cooking we're doing here on Chew and Chat with Chef Scottie. And it's been marinating. I kind of get it, when you do meats and stuff like that. Rule of thumb, especially like beef steaks like that, you want to let it rest a little bit. Kind of don't cook it when it's still cold. Come out of the refrigerator. Let it sit for a while, get room temperature, especially a good steak. Because if you cook the steak right when it come out of the refrigerator, then you're gonna tend to burn the outside, and the inside is not gonna cook. So letting it get to room temperature, it cooks evenly. When it comes to chicken, basically the same, but you want to kind of worry because chicken, it can actually, hurt you or kill you if you let it sit out too long, because the bacteria, salmonella gets in it and stuff. So you can let it sit out, as long as the temperature is, it'll get above 70 degrees, no more than 2 hours. But 2 hours is pushing it. So this has probably been out for about a good 30 minutes. It's good to go. So what I'm gonna do, I like to put foil down, or some type of something that so it won't stick. Use foil. You can use parchment paper if you like. But I got foil down here, and just keep sticking. The best sometimes the foil, you get the non-sticking foil. You don't have to worry about it sticking to the foil. Besides spraying it. What I do, I use the foil, and also use the parchment paper on top, and it serves two purposes. It serves the purpose where your meat won't stick, and also that it's easy cleaning. Take it up, wrap it up. Not then you have to worry about cleaning your pan. So, I say so. We got that. So what we do? Take that chicken, place it down. Like I said, I want this to roast. We're gonna roast this. We're gonna roast this. So I want to give it some room, some space in between while it's cooking. If you kind of crowd your meat a little bit, then you got a tendency that it won't roast. What it do is it starts steaming because you don't have that room in between the meat. So kind of give a little space between each other, and put it down. And like I said, this is going to cook. I got a 400. You can put it 400, 420, 425. We're gonna do a 400 because I got my mac and cheese in there as well. But it's going to cook about a good 35, maybe 40 minutes until it comes to an internal temperature of 165. But I like to pull my meat out. I pull it out about 160. Let it rest, and then it reach that it's still that cooking internal temperature to get up to 165. So same thing with pork, 145. But you pull it out about 140, let it rest, you get up to 145. You cook your protein until pork, cook it to 145 and take it out of 145, and it's going to sit. It's going to continue to cook, and then it's going to get tough. So rule of thumb is try to pull it out about 5 degrees before it hits that cooking temperature. So chicken, 165. Chicken always got to cook. You can't deviate from it. 165 all the time. Pork, you can tempt pork. People think pork has to be well done. No, as long as it hits 145, it's good to go. Same thing with steak. You eat steak rare, medium well done, whichever one you prefer. But chicken has to be well done. Has to be well done. So this is heavily seasoned. All right. We still got this sauce in here. So what you can do, you can take it and just put it on here. Put the rest of it on as you like. It's a good rim and jerk. So what we're gonna do now, and what I like to do too, also I get some dried herbs and I put on top of it as well so it cooks. Yeah, so you want a lot of flavor. Put a lot of flavor once you're cooking. A lot of flavor, a lot of seasoning. So I get a little thyme, a little dried thyme. I just put some on top of it. Use fresh dried. I like thyme. I like thyme with chicken. I like rosemary with chicken. So kind of be careful. You don't want to overwhelm it, but put that thyme on there. Then we're gonna put this in the oven. So like I say, it's gonna cook for about a good 35, 40 minutes. Pull it out. I check it. See if it's ready to go. If not, then we'll continue to cook it. But I want a good crust on top of it once I pull it out. And these are wings. So you got the drum head, you got the wings. So you got a little bit of dark and white meat mixed together. Which I'm a dark meat person. I prefer thighs and legs, but I eat wings as well. Chicken breast is good, but you got to cook a chicken breast right in order for it to keep it tender and juicy. So this is gonna go in the oven. Like I said, it's gonna cook for a while. Cook about 35, 40 minutes. And then my mac and cheese in the oven, and once it's done, it's got a brown crust to it, and the cheese is melted on top. We'll put it out, let it sit, and once the chicken done, we'll pull it out, and then we're gonna put it all together. We're gonna plate it and show you. I'm gonna show you how I'll plate this meal. As you as my client or my customer, I'll show you how I'll plate it and serve it to you in kind of a gourmetish, that's a word. But a fine dining type way. We're gonna throw this in the oven right quick. Yep, I wish you can smell that the mac and cheese is cooking in there. You can smell the cheeses. You can smell the smoked paprika. You can smell that cheese melting and cooking, and also the chicken. And here pretty soon you're gonna start to smell that. So. But like I say, this is been a passion of mine, cooking. And let me set the timer right quick. Okay. Yeah, and another rule of thumb too: always have your oven preheated, which it was preheated. But what I do, my mac and cheese, I got my mac and cheese and I got my chicken at the same time. So mac and cheese, of course, not gonna cook for no 45 minutes. So I put my mac and cheese timer on to the timer won't pull it out, and then I add additional time for my chicken to cook. You don't want to cook for as long as the chicken do, it's gonna burn, the top's gonna burn. But again, back to what I'm saying, that you know, retired military, did 25 years, and I was an artillery guy, and I decided, you know, I wanted to do something different. And I retired, and which was cook. I didn't know I wanted to cook until I went to culinary school. So I went to culinary school and decided that I fell in love with cooking. It became a passion of mine. So, you know, I want to take it even further. I wanted to give people great food. Again, so like I said, great food is happiness. We eat because we like food. So we eat great food, brings you happiness, brings you joy. So I like to give my clients great food, great food, great food. But yeah, this Blessing Highly Favored is the name of my business, and like I said, this is something that me and my wife enjoy doing, cooking. She's, you know, down home cook, you know, been from Baton Rouge. She grew up cooking, so she definitely cook. Once I went to culinary school, became a chef, and for some reason she stopped cooking. So now I do all the cooking now. My kids, they think they take dad for granted. Oh, dad can cook, he's chef, we let him cook. But it's all good. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy cooking for clients and things like that. I just like to bring that fine dining aspect into your home. You know, make an enjoyable moment, you know, while we're cooking, talking in the kitchen, and doing things like that. Just conversating, laughing, and like I say, smelling the aroma of the food. So, but yeah, this is me. I'm Chef Scottie J. Born and raised in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. 25 years I did in the Army, retired, and now I became a chef, and I love it. Each and every day I enjoy getting up, I enjoy cooking, listening to some jazz in the background, and just may have a glass of wine every now and then, and just in my relaxed mode. You know, everybody has their relaxed mode, things they like to do. This is my relaxed mode, cooking in the kitchen. And so, but the thing about it, you cook, you got to clean up. So, but that's all good. But as you clean as you go, then it won't be no issue. But again, glad you're joining in to Chewing Chat with Chef Scottie J. This episode is about the mac and cheese and about Caribbean jerk chicken. Good old Southern dish with the Caribbean jerk with a twist, making it Caribbean jerk versus your basic fried chicken. We did a Caribbean jerk chicken, and we're gonna put it with a mac and cheese with some basil and stuff like that. So kind of put a twist on the gourmet meal. Like I say, we're a Southern Cajun cuisine business. That's what I do. So everything's up now, it's cooking. So we'll be back, and once everything's done, we'll be back, and we will be ready to plate. All right, we're back. Mac and cheese is done, the chicken's done. We're gonna take it out of the oven and we're gonna plate. Mac and cheese is done. Came out, got the nice crust on the top, brown. Chicken right out of the oven, nice brown top. The skin is nice and crispy the way you want it. At this point, you can put a little more sea salt on it, a little more Cajun seasoning, a little more thyme, whatever, just to top it off. But it's good to go now. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna plate it and we'll see how it tastes. Okay. All right, so I got my bowl. All right, so we take the mac and cheese. mac and cheese right in there. It's a lot of mac and cheese. Mac and cheese right in there. See how nice and creamy and cheesy it is. Mac and cheese right in there. Take a couple wings. Put it just like that. Wing just like that. I'll take a little basil. Just put it around it. Just a little basil. Put that basil around it. And to top it off, you can take a little drizzle. Just on top, little balsamic glazed vinaigrette. And you got yourself Jamaican jerk chicken and 5 cheese mac and cheese. Now, let's see how it tastes. Pull this out of the way. And just to give it a little finish, then we can top it with a little garnish. Top with a little garnish, just like that. And now time for the taste test.